Gratitude is not merely a sentiment, it is a vibration, a spiritual force that fundamentally alters the very nature of your soul. What we now understand through quantum physics, Cayce revealed decades ago, energy follows attention, and gratitude represents the highest frequency of consciousness available to humankind. When you practice genuine gratitude, you initiate a profound energetic shift within your spiritual body. This isn't metaphorical, it's literal. The vibrational quality of your soul transforms, elevating from denser frequencies of fear, lack, and separation into the refined luminosity of abundance, connection, and divine harmony. Consider what happens in those moments when you feel truly grateful. There's a warmth that spreads through your chest, a lightness that permeates your being. This physical sensation is the tangible manifestation of your soul's vibrational shift. Your spiritual body literally begins to resonate at a higher frequency, becoming more aligned with the universal source energy from which all creation flows. Ancient wisdom traditions understood this principle intimately. From the Essenes to the mystery schools of Egypt, gratitude was never considered a mere courtesy. It was recognized as a technology of consciousness transformation. These traditions knew what modern spiritual science now confirms. Gratitude creates a resonant field that attracts similar energies while repelling discordant ones. The practice of gratitude operates through what we might call spiritual coherence. When you focus on appreciation, you harmonize the scattered energies of your being. Your thoughts, emotions, and spiritual essence begin to vibrate in unison, creating a powerful field of coherent energy that extends beyond your physical form. This coherent field serves as both transmitter and receiver. It broadcasts your soul's frequency into the universe, while simultaneously becoming more receptive to higher guidance, inspiration, and synchronicity. This is why those who practice deep gratitude often report increased intuition, lucky coincidences, and unexpected blessings. But gratitude's transformative power extends beyond the metaphysical. Neurologically, the consistent practice of gratitude literally rewires your brain, strengthening neural pathways that support positive emotional states. The prefrontal cortex, the brain's center for higher cognition, becomes more activated, while the amygdala, responsible for fear and stress responses, becomes less reactive. This neurological shift creates a virtuous cycle. As your brain becomes more attuned to gratitude, you naturally begin to notice more reasons to be grateful. What was once invisible becomes visible. The abundance that always surrounded you reveals itself, not because it wasn't there before, but because your consciousness has expanded to perceive it. The soul's transformation through gratitude follows a predictable pattern. Initially, gratitude might feel like an effort, a conscious practice requiring intention and discipline. This represents the first stage of transformation, where you're actively working against established patterns of complaint, criticism, and scarcity thinking. As you persist, gratitude begins to feel more natural, arising spontaneously throughout your day. This marks the second stage, where the practice is becoming integrated into your being. Your soul is literally restructuring itself around this new frequency. The third stage represents true transformation. Gratitude becomes your default state, the lens through which you automatically perceive reality. At this stage, your soul has fundamentally changed its vibrational signature. You no longer practice gratitude, you have become gratitude. This soul transformation manifests in tangible ways. Your presence becomes a healing force for others. Challenges that once seemed overwhelming now appear as opportunities for growth. Material circumstances often improve, not through magical thinking, but because your elevated consciousness naturally makes wiser choices, recognizes opportunities, and attracts resonant energies. The esoteric teaching reveals that gratitude serves as a direct channel to the divine. When you express genuine appreciation, you momentarily transcend the illusion of separation, recognizing the sacred interconnectedness of all things. This recognition is not intellectual, but experiential, a brief glimpse of ultimate reality, where all is one. According to spiritual science, the universe itself responds to the frequency of gratitude. Just as two tuning forks vibrating at the same frequency will resonate with each other across space, your gratitude, creates a resonance with the fundamental frequency of creation. This resonance opens doorways to divine grace, guidance, and support that remain closed to those vibrating at lower frequencies. What makes gratitude uniquely powerful is its accessibility. Unlike complex spiritual practices requiring years of training, gratitude is available to everyone, regardless of background, education, or circumstance. Even in the midst of tremendous challenge, you can find something, however small, for which to be grateful, and in that moment, begin your soul's transformation. The question becomes not whether gratitude will transform your soul, but how quickly and how deeply you will allow this transformation to occur. Will you make gratitude an occasional visitor or a permanent resident in your consciousness? The difference between these choices determines whether your transformation will be gradual or revolutionary. The power of gratitude lies not in grand gestures, but in consistent daily practices that gradually reshape your consciousness. These 7 transformative habits, when practiced with sincerity and persistence, create profound shifts in your spiritual energy field, permanently altering your soul's vibrational signature. The first habit is morning consecration. Before your feet touch the ground each morning, pause in that liminal space between sleep and wakefulness. In this sacred moment, when your consciousness is still partially in the spiritual realm, express gratitude for the gift of another day. This simple practice immediately sets your vibrational frequency for the hours ahead. The spiritual science behind this is profound. By consecrating the day's first conscious moments to gratitude, you activate the pineal gland, which ancients called the seat of the soul, facilitating a stronger connection to higher consciousness throughout your day. The second habit is conscious blessing. Before consuming any food or drink, hold it in your hands and genuinely thank the elements, plants, animals, and humans who made it possible. This practice transforms ordinary sustenance into spiritual nourishment. When you bless your food with gratitude, you literally change its energetic properties. The water molecules, which comprise most of what you consume, restructure themselves in response to the positive intention, becoming more coherent and life-enhancing as they enter your system. The third habit is sacred journaling. Each evening, document 5 specific experiences from your day for which you feel grateful. The key is specificity. Rather than writing, "I'm grateful for my health," write, "I'm grateful for the strength in my legs that carried me up 3 flights of stairs today." This specificity activates the right hemisphere of your brain, engaging your full consciousness in the gratitude practice. Over time, this creates new neural pathways that predispose your mind toward appreciation rather than criticism. The fourth habit is gratitude breathing. 3 times daily, pause for 1 minute of conscious breathing, where you imagine inhaling divine blessings and exhaling heartfelt thanks. With each inhalation, visualize golden light filling your being. With each exhalation, send waves of appreciation into the universe. This practice harmonizes your physical and spiritual bodies, creating coherence between your various energy centers or chakras. The rhythmic pairing of breath with gratitude entrains your nervous system to associate the parasympathetic rest and digest state with appreciation, gradually making gratitude your default response to life. The fifth habit is alchemical reversal. When facing challenges or difficulties, immediately identify something within the situation to appreciate. This is not toxic positivity or denial of problems. It's spiritual alchemy that transmutes leaden consciousness into gold. By finding the gift within the challenge, you literally reverse the energetic polarity of the situation, transforming it from an obstacle to an opportunity. This practice develops what mystics call the unified eye, the ability to perceive the hidden blessings within apparent misfortune. The sixth habit is gratitude immersion. Once weekly, dedicate 30 minutes to a deep gratitude meditation. Begin with your immediate circumstances and gradually expand your awareness, from personal blessings to community support, from earthly abundance to cosmic providence. This progressive expansion of gratitude consciousness systematically dissolves the boundaries of the small self, allowing your identification to shift from the limited ego to the unlimited soul. During this practice, the brainwaves typically shift from beta to alpha to theta, accessing deeper levels of consciousness where transformation occurs more rapidly. The seventh habit is service through appreciation. Daily, express genuine appreciation to at least one person, acknowledging their specific qualities or contributions. This practice extends your gratitude beyond self-focus into relationship and community. When you verbalize appreciation to others, you create a ripple effect in the collective consciousness. The recipient's vibrational frequency elevates, and they become more likely to express gratitude to someone else, creating an expanding field of positive energy that continues far beyond your direct influence. These 7 habits create a comprehensive system for consciousness transformation. They address gratitude at multiple levels: physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual, ensuring that the practice penetrates every aspect of your being. The physical body is engaged through breathing and blessing food, the emotional body through expressing appreciation, the mental body through journaling, and the spiritual body through meditation and service. What makes these practices particularly powerful is their cumulative effect. Each individual act of gratitude may seem small, but together they create a momentum that becomes unstoppable. Just as water, falling drop by drop, eventually carves through solid stone, your consistent gratitude practice gradually reshapes the very structure of your consciousness. The transformation follows universal principles of spiritual development. First comes awareness, consciously recognizing reasons for gratitude. Next comes accumulation, gathering momentum through daily practice. Then comes integration, gratitude becoming an automatic response rather than a conscious choice. Finally comes embodiment, your entire being becoming a living expression of appreciation. These habits work most effectively when practiced with what the mystics call emotional charge. Gratitude is not merely an intellectual exercise, but a full-hearted expression of appreciation that engages your complete being. When you feel gratitude deeply, your entire electromagnetic field expands and brightens, becoming more coherent and powerful. This coherent field then interacts with the quantum fabric of reality in ways that transcend ordinary understanding. As you implement these 7 habits, you'll notice distinct stages of transformation. Initially, you'll experience moments of expanded awareness and connection. As you continue, these moments will extend into hours and eventually days. Finally, gratitude becomes your permanent state, not as something you do, but as something you are. Your soul has literally been reshaped by the consistent application of gratitude's transformative power. The soul is not an abstract concept, but a living, dynamic energy field that continuously reshapes itself according to the frequencies we cultivate. Gratitude, as the highest vibrational state available to human consciousness, literally remolds the energetic architecture of your soul, transforming it into a vessel capable of containing and expressing divine light. When mystics and seers observe the human soul, they perceive not a static entity, but a luminous, pulsating field of consciousness. This field has structure, pattern, and form, all of which respond instantaneously to our thoughts, emotions, and especially our state of gratitude. The ungrateful soul appears constricted, with areas of density and blockage that impede the flow of life force. Conversely, the grateful soul expands, becoming more radiant, coherent, and receptive to higher frequencies of consciousness. This soul reshaping occurs through what ancient traditions called spiritual resonance. Every thought pattern, emotional state, and energetic frequency you consistently maintain creates resonant structures within your soul field. These structures either enhance or diminish your capacity to channel divine energy. Gratitude creates the most harmonious, expansive structures possible, allowing your soul to become a perfect conduit for spiritual light. The transformative relationship between gratitude and spiritual healing cannot be overstated. When you exist in a state of appreciation, the energetic blockages created by past traumas, negative beliefs, and emotional wounds naturally begin to dissolve. This occurs because gratitude vibrates at a frequency incompatible with these denser energies. Just as light dispels darkness, not by fighting it, but simply by being light, gratitude dissolves trauma, not by directly addressing it, but by creating a field where trauma cannot persist. Those who have experienced profound healing through gratitude describe it as an internal melting, a sensation of hardened emotional material softening and releasing its hold on their consciousness. This melting occurs because gratitude generates coherent fields that gradually reorganize chaotic or discordant energies within the soul structure. The technical term for this process is entrainment, when a stronger, more coherent frequency causes a weaker, less coherent one to synchronize with it. Perhaps the most remarkable aspect of gratitude's healing power is its ability to transcend time. When you enter a deep state of appreciation in the present moment, this frequency can actually reach backward and forward in your timeline, healing past wounds and creating more harmonious future probabilities. This is possible because, from the soul's perspective, all time exists simultaneously. Your grateful state now literally repatterns your energetic history and destiny. Beyond healing, gratitude creates a powerful protective field around your soul. This protection operates through what esoteric traditions call vibrational incompatibility. Lower frequencies, such as fear, envy, or malice, simply cannot penetrate a field sustained by genuine gratitude. This is not because gratitude fights against these energies, but because it exists at a frequency they cannot access or affect. This protective quality extends to what some traditions call psychic attack, or negative energies directed consciously or unconsciously by others. When your soul vibrates with gratitude, these projections find no resonant point of attachment. They may pass through your energy field without disturbing it, like light through clear glass, or they may be automatically transmuted into higher frequencies upon contact with your grateful presence. The implications for spiritual protection are profound. Rather than needing complex rituals or visualizations to shield yourself, maintaining a state of heartfelt gratitude naturally creates the most impenetrable protection possible. This protection isn't rigid or defensive, but permeable and transformative, allowing beneficial energies to enter while transmuting harmful ones. According to ancient wisdom traditions, the state of your soul at the moment of physical death determines your experience in the afterlife realms. A soul vibrating with gratitude naturally ascends to dimensions of similar frequency, realms of light, harmony, and expanded consciousness. The grateful soul transitions with ease, already vibrating in resonance with higher dimensions of existence. Cayce described how grateful souls experience a lightness and luminosity during transition that allows them to quickly orient to post-physical reality. Unlike souls weighed down by attachment, resentment, or fear, the grateful soul readily recognizes guides and loved ones, easily comprehends the larger spiritual context of their completed life, and moves forward in their evolution with clarity and purpose. In the afterlife state, the grateful soul retains full consciousness and identity while experiencing expanded awareness and connection. The energetic structures built through consistent gratitude during physical life become the foundation for continued growth and service in higher dimensions. These souls often become guides and helpers for others, their gratitude expanded capacity allowing them to channel divine love and wisdom to those still in physical form. This understanding of gratitude's role in spiritual evolution appears consistently across diverse wisdom traditions, from Buddhist teachings on appreciative joy, mudita, to Christian emphasis on thanksgiving, from Hindu practices of devotional gratitude, bhakti, to indigenous ceremonies honoring the sacred gifts of life, all point to the same essential truth. Gratitude is the master key to spiritual advancement. The mystical traditions of Sufism teach that shukr, gratitude, is not merely a virtue, but the very substance of divine relationship. Jewish Kabbalistic teachings reveal that hodaya, thanksgiving, creates vessels capable of receiving divine light. Taoist practices emphasize gratitude as the bridge between human and celestial energies. Despite their differing languages and cultural contexts, these traditions converge on gratitude's transformative power. What these traditions understood, and what modern spiritual science confirms, is that gratitude is not simply a response to receiving. It is the very act that makes receiving possible. The grateful soul creates an opening, a sacred receptivity that allows divine blessings to flow unimpeded. In the paradoxical economics of spiritual life, it is only by giving thanks that we become capable of receiving more. As you cultivate these 7 habits of gratitude, remember that you are not merely developing a positive outlook. You are literally reshaping the energetic structure of your immortal soul. Every genuine moment of appreciation permanently elevates your soul's capacity to receive contain, and transmit divine consciousness. Your gratitude creates ripples in the fabric of spiritual reality that extend far beyond your awareness, touching countless other souls and contributing to the evolution of collective consciousness. The transformation promised is not metaphorical, but literal. Your soul will never be the same. By making gratitude your constant companion, you align yourself with the highest vibration in the universe, becoming a living embodiment of the divine appreciation that sustains and celebrates all creation. This is the ultimate spiritual science of gratitude, not merely to feel it occasionally, but to become it permanently, your soul transformed into a perfect expression of the grateful heart of God. If this wisdom has touched your soul, take a moment now to subscribe to this channel. It's the simplest way to continue your spiritual journey with us. Share in the comments below how gratitude has transformed your own life, or which of these 7 habits you're committed to practicing first. Your experience might be exactly what another seeker needs to hear today. Remember, every time you express gratitude, you elevate not just your own vibration, but the consciousness of our entire community. Subscribe, comment, and let's walk this path of transformation together.